Hello everyone! Today we are going to talk about how to protect your dog from radiation in the situation of an explosion at a nuclear power plant or a nuclear explosion. First, I want to make a disclaimer. Everything said in this video is just my thought and advice based on my experience. And yes, I do have experience because I worked at a Chernobyl nuclear power plant for 10 years in conditions of high radioactivity, so I will share this experience with you. It's important to understand that your actions and the situations will heavily depend on your location and how close you are to the contamination epicenter. In this situation, I cannot tell you what you must to do if you encounter radioactive contamination. However, I will tell you what I would do in such a situation. There are different forms of radioactive particles: alpha, beta, and gamma. They have different penetrating abilities. Some can penetrate concrete, while others cannot even pass through a sheet of paper. And they have different duration of activity. Some decay very quickly, while others decay over thousands of years. For more accurate information, you should find it in books and relevant sources. Now, let's talk about what to do to ensure your safety and the safety of your dog. In the first few minutes and hours after you find out that a radioactive situation has occurred somewhere, you should not panic and run or drive somewhere. Why? Because of panic. All roads will be overloaded and there will be traffic jams everywhere. It will hinder the authorities from dealing with the consequences. You might get out of your car, get back in, and during the time you could receive maximum irradiation. Therefore, in the first few days, I would stay at home. Quickly get home, close windows, doors, ventilation openings, and do not go outside. Why? Because when a radioactive release occurs, radioactive particles spread through the air, rain, and dust. And some particles, as we have found out, decay over thousands of years, and the other will decay within days. If you wait for some time, all the dust that is floating in the air will settle on the ground, and it will become more safer. This is because the contamination won't be lingering in the air and you won't be breathing it in. What is a radioactive particle? Essentially, it's an atom that decays and bombards your body. If these particles come into contact with your body, you can get burns. The most dangerous scenario is when such a particle enters your respiratory tract or digestive system. This is because it will remain inside you, and it will be very difficult to get rid of it. It can gradually damage you throughout your life. Stay at home, close all windows and doors. Stock up on drinking water and food supplies. As for your dog, don't let it go outside. Dogs sniff everything and they can inhale radioactive particles. They can also bring radiation on their fur and paws. Therefore, you need to arrange a toilet area for your dog indoors. What else do you need to understand? You need to protect yourself. Dress in a way that covers all exposed skin. A hood, goggles, respirators, gloves, long pants and sleeves. All skin should be maximally covered. The respiratory pathways must be covered. You need a respirator that fits tightly on your face. Your eyes also need protection with goggles. After each time you go outside, it's advisable to treat and wash your clothes and shoes, not reuse them until washed. The same goes for your dog. When you decide to start going outside, after a walk you need to wash your dog's paws and fur, at least with water, to rinse off the radioactive dust and liquids. Unfortunately, we don't have factory-made respirators for dogs that could protect our pets. But you can do something similar if you have a plastic or steel muzzle. You can put a sock on it or make some kind of protective cotton cover. This way, your dog won't inhale those poisonous particles. Your dog doesn't need any medicine. You can learn everything about it from doctors. The most important thing is to avoid exposure to radiation when there is a maximum danger. Just after a catastrophe occurs and you hear the news, running straight into the epicenter of radiation is something you shouldn't do. You need to wait inside as long as possible. Stay in your home, close all windows and doors, and wait for the highest background radiation level with dust and water to settle a bit. When the level decreases, I hope that information about it will be available and the authorities will inform the public what to do. When the initial wave settles, you need to protect your respiratory pathways as much as possible. Take care of your skin and pay close attention to hygiene. Don't reuse unwashed clothing. It may be radioactive. I recommend everyone to buy a dosimeter so that you can find out if there is danger or not. Radiation has no color, taste, smell or sound. You won't be able to see or feel it when it happens. Externally, the situation will not differ in any way. It might be raining or a regular sunny day, and your senses won't be able to detect the danger. But the small device will help you understand what is really happening, where is safe and where is not. By analyzing the readings of this device, you'll be able to determine whether you should stay in the place or move to a safer location. Let's sum up. First, radiation is invisible and cannot be felt. Second, There's no need to panic and run or drive somewhere in the first hours and minutes, because that way you can receive a maximum dose of radiation. Third, take shelter in your home, close doors, windows, and ventilation. Fourth, when going outside, protect yourself with clothing and respirators. Buy a dosimeter to see how safe or dangerous the surroundings are. Constantly wash your hands, take regular shower. Even if radioactive dust settles on your body, you can always wash it off. Good hygiene will help you. Did we even talk about dogs in this video? The situation is the same for dogs. Try to prevent your dog from inhaling radioactive dust when danger occurs. Try to wash your dog regularly. In the first hour and days, try to not let your dog outside. If you still decide to evacuate and the situation is critical, move in car. Close all windows and set the air conditioner to the circulation mode to avoid taking in air from outside. In 1986, we already experienced a massive radiation catastrophe. Do you think it could happen again in the 2020s? Иди гуляй. Знаешь, что такое слово гуляй? Можешь уходить.